In today's video, I will be discussing how Tim Keller's speech pertains to our class. So in his speech, he makes three main points. The first one being you need somebody to name you. And by this, he means you need somebody in society to give you how society views you, what makes you stand out from society, how society sees you. The second one is that Jesus should be the one to name you. This goes back to the biblical point of view that we should follow God in all we do, and God should be first in our life, so our life should be based on how Christ wants us to live. The third one is that he does it through the cross and not through the abstract of just life. His death on the cross and resurrection is ultimately what we should look to as Christians, is how we should live our life and live a life that is modeled by Christ. So one of the first points I see him name is that he says shepherds name us instead of Jesus a lot of times. And by shepherds, he just means those people in society who we view as like the leaders. These could be your little league coaches, your high school coach, anybody who kind of makes you who you are and kind of gives you a name, is whether you're that stud player or if you're the cocky kid that lives down the street. They kind of give you the name for who you are in society. The second one is that the early cultures were like a family, unlike today's modern culture, where it's a very individualistic culture. And so by like a family, I mean everybody had their part. So if your job was to go out and pick the corn every day, you went out and picked the corn instead of going out and doing whatever you wanted to do. And it was more, everybody did their part for one end goal, whereas today everybody plays and lives for themselves more than they work for the ultimate goal of the family or the group, or they're like their work team, anything like that. Also, in the honor in the original traditional culture, honor came from the community and was built by how the community viewed you. So if you did a really good job, it's your part in the community, then you were able to grow and you got your awards from the community for that. So that is the big view of the difference, kind of like between traditional and modern day culture, whereas modern days everybody works for their own culture and everybody wants to grow and be themselves and grow for themselves instead of the team.